You know what I'm saying? Every time I speak, I want to shiver. You know, I don't want them to be like, they know what I'm going to say because it's polite. But I know if I keep talking about how dirty it is out here, somebody going to clean it up.
Somebody going to clean it up. Somebody going to clean it up. Somebody going to clean it up. Who going to clean it up, y'all? Who going to clean it up? The missus. Because I'm the missus. The missus with the kisses. Mwah. Jason going to help too. Jason going to help. He going to help clean it up too. And it's looking like, hold on, word on the street is Venato with Justice and Michiana gonna clean it up too, baby. Yes. 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 Yeah, I think we doing pretty good up in here, y'all. I had to change my voice over for a second. I think we doing pretty good. What y'all think? Ooh, okay. I had to get that out. But welcome. And what I'm welcoming y'all to? Peachy News, baby. Y'all know I love me some Peachy News, baby. Peachy News is one of my favorites of all the shows that I do. I love Peachy News. I want to thank each and every person for joining me tonight. If we got some new folks in the building, welcome. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe. Do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube page, okay? So, right now, what I'm finna do is, I'm finna pull up Jason. That's what I'm finna do. Jason, come on up.
Yo, what up, though? What's good?
Hey, Jason. What's good, Jason?
You know, love is love, life is life. Like I always say, slow motion better than no motion. All motion, good motion. You heard?
There you go. I like the way you say that. Say that one more again.
I say, slow motion is better than no motion, and all motion, good motion. You heard?
I heard. Nah, I'm over here having some problems, Jason.
I see right now. You didn't left everything, but we're glad that we're here tonight, man. We got another amazing, not necessarily amazing, but awakening story to tell you, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure that you guys are strapped in. Make sure that you are willing and ready to help. This story is going to be, a eye opener for a lot of you guys out there.
Yes, it is going to be an eye opener. It's funny that you say eye opener, Jason, because that's what I was having problems with over here.
Right.
it kind of look. Now I know if any real women out there that wear them lashes and y'all like wear them every single day, I know y'all just caught that, but it's okay. I just had to take them off right quick.
Just one quick second. Whip.
Let me rip them off. It looked like this one right over here. This one over here. It was lifting a little bit. And I'm like, we got some guests tonight.
We can't do that.
I can't have it. Not tonight. So y'all, I just ripped them off. Okay? That's what I just did. But I'm finna bring up our guests. We got people in the chat already, baby. We got Cat. What it do, Cat? We got Kristen Builderbrand Williams. Hey, Kristen. Make sure y'all check out Kristen, okay? Kristen is on his 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. Check her out from 10 to 12, okay? I hope I said that right, Jason. Next, there you go. Hey, boo. She said, hey, boo. We got BG in the building. Hey, BG. BG, your stuff on the way, girl. Your stuff on the way. I got to tell you about BG, Jason.
Okay.
You don't know BG, but BG knows you. BG knows you. BG, I didn't know BG knew me. And BG know me and you. And
that's what's up. What up,
yes. Though? And she's from California.
Good to meet you, BG.
All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Hello to everybody else that's out there in the chat tonight. We got Josette, Audra, we got Auntie in the building. Hey, Auntie.
Hey.
Yes. So thank you all once again. I can't thank you enough. And thank you so much for the support just as well. All right, let's get started, baby. Let's get started. We finna go to Indiana, baby. We're going to Indiana, y'all. But before we go to Indiana, we finna pull up our guests. And when we pull up our guests, I got a special update for y'all. So here goes Venato. I like saying Venato's name. Venato, Justice of Michiana. Venato is in the building.
Hey, what's going on, Jason, Peachy? Much love to you guys.
Venato, I thought you just bust a rap, right? Did
No,
you just lay down some bars?
Bars.
No.
Oh, you scared me for a minute. I thought he laid down some bars and we missed it. What's good? What's going on?
What's going on? I'm happy to be here. Again, thankful for you to bring people I work with or families I deal with on your platform. Is definitely, like you said, an eye opening. And then working with families directly, sometimes I miss those inner stories because my concern is to make sure they're good. So I'm excited to hear my friend's story, and some of the stuff you're gonna hear tonight gonna be heartbreaking, but she's a strong woman that's out here giving back to the community when the community took from her.
There you go. The community took from her. So we about to go ahead and bring her up. This is Miss Takesha in the building. Hey, Takesha.
Hi.
How are you, lovely lady?
I'm good.
Wonderful.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. I'm so honored to have you on my platform. This is something new that me and Jason has started. I was doing it a little bit before, but me and Jason decided to go ahead and dig down deep into having different family members on the platform to tell their stories, their loved ones' stories, that is. And at times, I'm not even going to say at times, all the times, this is difficult for us to do. And I just thank you so much for trusting me with this story just as well. Okay. And Renato, same to you. Thank you so much for trusting me, trusting Jason, with the stories that you bring us from South Bend, Indiana, plus other places just as well that you'll be bringing stories from. So I appreciate it and I thank you so much.
No problem.
I just thought I'd put that applause on the end of that. Now, Venato,
Yes.
let's start with you tonight.
Okay.
Now, you brought Takesha on. You called me. You said, hey, I got another story for you. Let everybody know as far as why did you bring Takesha to my platform?
As you know, what I do in the community, and when we talked last week about boots on the ground with Lori Perez, and that's her right hand person. You see one, you're gonna see the other, helping families that we deal with. Um, Grateful to have those two women's out here doing stuff for our families. It's been time that I'm go wild on Facebook, right? And she would text me like, "What are you doing?" But those are the type of friends you need to stick around you and to support as well.
Exactly.
And I remember being home one day and she was live, and we gonna show like clip later on in the store, and that stuck out to me because just like Lori, she's for the youth, and she don't want another youth killing somebody. And last
Exactly.
we talk about their bracelets, the bullets. That's her and Lori. So after Lori, I was like, we got to tell her story too. Can't tell one without the other, right?
Exactly.
So we grateful for you to bring them on the platform and to get their story out there.
All right. Well, and that's what we're going to do tonight. But before we get started, I have to show you all an update. Okay. I have to show an update. On Friday night, when I did the show with my husband, we showed you a story. We tackled it right away on Ariana Taylor. And Ariana Taylor was the young lady that was in the car accident, but they didn't think that she was in the car at the time. They did not think she was in the car. They had all type of speculations. I showed you all the clip of the friends, the young girls. They all in the middle of the street arguing and fussing. One of the young ladies that dropped the girl off at home, she wasn't on surveillance, showing that, you know, she had dropped the girl off. I mean, it was just a big mess. And no one knew anything. They still had not found her body or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and show you this clip, which is what I showed you guys on Friday. And then I'll go into the update. Here we go.
Search team was back out in Gary, Indiana, looking for a 23-year-old missing mom. Her SUV was found, but she has not been located.
Tia Ewing is in Studio 32 with details. Tia?
Well, that search is going on right now. Her name is Ariana Taylor. She was last seen leaving her Maryville, Indiana apartment complex after one Sunday morning. Her SUV was found 8 miles away in Gary, Indiana. The 23-year-old mom of a 4-year-old son has not been seen since. Her Chevy Traverse was reported crashed and left unoccupied in a northbound lane off of I-65 at the 261 mile marker near the I-80 overpass. That was at 10:30 Sunday morning. A search team found the clothes Taylor had on near that overpass. Family, friends, and residents that learned of her disappearance, they're still out there searching right now the area near 21st in Colorado.
She has a 4-year-old son that needs her mother.
I'm willing to pay a $1,000 reward out of my pocket if anybody can help us locate and find this young girl. I will pay specifically $1,000 for the public's help in finding this young lady. Please take this in consideration. Please do the right thing so we can bring her home.
This is the second search for Ariana Taylor. So far, no signs of her. If you know anything about her disappearance, don't hesitate to call police.
Also breaking this afternoon, a sad end to the search for a young mother in Gary. After a week of looking for her, a K-9 team found her body. Our Jackie Kostek live at the Gary Police Station with more on this investigation. Jackie.
Maria, authorities have not said how Taylor died, but Gary police said that they found the body of 23-year-old mother Ariana Taylor this morning during a search around 9:30. K-9 units discovered Taylor's body in a shallow drainage ditch about 2 miles from where her car was found crashed last week. She was last seen leaving her apartment complex in Maryville on April 3rd. Chopper 2 was over the scene near Bellaboo's Play and Discovery Center in nearby Lake Station this afternoon as authorities investigated. A large group of Taylor's family and friends gathered nearby, and it's still unclear how Taylor's body ended up in that ditch. But police say it's conceivable that she walked there after crashing her car. Gary police thanks the community for coming out for their search efforts.
We can always count on our citizens to be available to us, to provide information and tips, and to come out and help us. In fact, many of our citizens came out and volunteered to help the family search in their efforts, as well as giving us as much information as they could find.
Moments after Gary police say they informed Taylor's mother, an ambulance arrived. Taylor's mother had fallen to the ground just moments before. She then got into that ambulance but then got out and did leave with a family friend. Now, the discovery of Taylor's body comes just days after a strange development in the case where Gary police said that they had found a body and then hours later said that it was actually a life-size silicone doll. Now, again, the investigation into how Ariana Taylor died is ongoing. In Gary tonight, Jackie Kostek, CBS.
All right, y'all. So that is the update on Ariana Taylor. I was really, really praying that they found this girl, especially being that when they located the car, the keys was not in the car. Her second cell phone was not in the car. Her purse was not in the car. And they felt that the car was going at such a high speed when it crashed that there's no way that somebody even tried to stop the vehicle. All tires was flat. And it was just horrible. It was horrible. So I did bring this update to you guys. I will be updating again, I'm sure. I will be continuing to follow this story to see exactly what killed Ariana. Okay. Now, this is from Gary, Indiana. Takesha and Renato, did y'all know about this?
I first heard about it when you aired it. And then I think we was on phone today when we found out the news her body was found.
Hold on. So you're in Indiana and you said the first time that you heard about it was on my show on Friday?
Yes.
Wow.
And just listening to that clip, and I could swear he said the thing she walked there. No way. Her clothes, she on the highway walking, that don't even make sense to me.
Exactly.
But I do have faith in the Lord enforcement that they will solve the case, hopefully. And hopefully whoever done it left that DNA from their mouth.
Exactly. Jason, you got something to say about this?
Not really.
Okay.
It is a tragedy. So I'm hoping there are some resolution to this story. It does sound weird. BG said the same thing. Those friends were very odd. So gotta watch the people you're around you, man. Like, for real. I think a lot of us are nowadays trying and looking for validation and friends in all the wrong places, man, and losing, life from those type of things. So be careful who you keep around you.
Exactly. That's so important. Takesha, is there anything you want to say about this before we end this?
I'm a very blunt person and I don't sugarcoat. So in Indiana, the justice system, they don't really care about black folks. So that's what I have to say about that.
Girl, if that wasn't no Kanye West.
I was thinking the same thing.
You was thinking the same thing.
I didn't know how I wanted to put that in there. She straight up pulled the.
Girl, I'm gonna have to play this on there.
Black people. Like.
But I told you, Peachy, she's very blunt and straightforward. So I did give you that warning prior, right?
Yes.
Appreciate you saying that. And you know what? That is the truth. I mean, not necessarily the truth, because I've never been nor lived nor really seen Indiana like that. So I can't tell. But when you look at stories like this and hear other, ridiculous and horrible stories that the police aren't doing much on or for, it leads you to believe that, and especially if there's a large history with it as well.
Exactly. I agree. Takesha, when did you first hear about that story?
When I seen it on your
wow. Show. Okay.
So it is what it is. You have to go down there and have a fit in order for them to even do something. You have to keep consistently going down there to get the police to do anything, I suppose. Yeah, they don't do too much when it comes to our children. They don't. It's like they don't care. And I don't want to say it like all white people, but the judicial system, law enforcement, a big percentage of them don't care about our children, about us. And that is disgusting to me. Because what did we do to you to make you not?
Exactly.
But we have to care about you.
Especially when you're getting paid to make sure and protect us and make sure that you find justice. Exactly. I mean, you have people out here that get paid to find justice. Exactly. And they're not even trying.
Right.
You know? So, y'all, we're going to go ahead. We're going to get into our talent for the night. After our talent, we are going to once again welcome Miss Takesha to tell us her story of her loved one, which was her son. And Takesha, you're gonna actually give us a little twist because you have another son just as well. And we're gonna discuss him too. I got a clip on that. So I hope everyone, continue to watch. And we are here for Takesha to tell her loved one story. So here go our talent for the night, and we'll be right back.
I told her pull up, I'ma knock and weave out. Beat it from behind, make her engine slowly leak out. She ain't never had no man to treat her good out. No, I ain't gassing, just simply crafting something that's everlasting. When she pull up on me, I told her that she gotta pull up on me. That's what you get when you fucking with
pull up on me, my baby. I'm at the crib in that mood. I'ma roll up some weed, then I'ma cook up some food. A fifth of liquor on chill. We ain't watching no movies. We headed straight to the bed. Or we can hit the jacuzzi. You say you bow, we'll get your friend to bring her by when you come. I got enough love for both of y'all again when you done. I need that ass on my lap. I need them lips on my lips. I need them nipples getting hard in my mouth while we kiss. Say pull up on the KID, I make your fantasy true. Imagine it, boo. Stabbing shit like OJ do. Well, okay, cool. It's one now, I see you at two. Put on the trench coat with nothing else on but your shoes and come through. And I'll be waiting, never getting impatient. Your body is devastating. God know what he created when he made you. I never played you. Ain't running game, boo. Just won't you pull it up so I can change you.
I call it pull up. I'ma knock and weave out. Beat it from behind, make her engine slowly leak out. She ain't never had no man to treat her good out. No, I ain't gassing, just simply crafting something that's everlasting. When she pull up on me, I told her that she gotta pull up on me. That's what you get when you fucking with
you for real. Oh, you wasn't playing no games. I'm about to put it on your sexy ass, simple and plain. The night is young, let's have some fun. I'm trying to see what you bout. I put it in, pull it out, then put it all in your mouth. Okay, you nasty, and I love it. Yeah, it's been a half an hour, now I'm bust. Yeah, sometimes when I see you pull up, I ain't gon' lie, I just smile. No any way I feel inside, but deep down I'm in denial. You cold as hell, drifting that Chanel, and you wear it well. Every time you around, it feel like a fairy tale. Might as well just chill for the night, if it's right. Even though in the morning I got a flight, that's alright, cause tonight shit is going down. Yeah, I'm over here on Remy, you on Apple Crown. We bout to clown, once I put the pound down. You sound like surround sound, I bust on that round brown after going down.
I told her pull up, I'ma knock and weave out. Beat it from behind, make her engine slowly leak out. She ain't never had no man to treat her good out. No, I ain't gassing, just simply crafting something that's everlasting. When she pull up on me, I told her that she gotta pull up on me. That's what you get when you fucking with a G.
All right. Shout out to K-Dub in the building, baby. That was K-Dub. K-Dub is actually from my hometown, Saginaw, Michigan. And the crazy part about this, y'all, is by me watching this video right now, I just noticed that the director of the video and the cameraman is actually a person that came to Hits 92.3 the real definition of internet radio, baby. Yes, and sat with the missus, me, and had an interview. So that's cool. I cannot wait to talk to him. I cannot wait. Cat said, I like that. I like that. Look, Cat being all fast. Quit being fast. Now we finna go ahead and bring up our guests. Let me go ahead and take K Dub ass down. Now, y'all know this is explicit language, and allegedly. But right now, let me take something else off. Right now, nothing's allegedly right now when it comes out of Takesha's mouth, because this is hustling that she talking about, baby. Okay? This hustling. So we finna pull everybody back up. And here is Bernardo with Justice for Michiana. Here is Jason, my co-host. And here is Takesha. Takesha, I like pushing the buttons, girl. I don't know why. I just push the buttons. But Takesha, we finna go ahead so we can get this story going. And we're going to start off with a clip. Okay? And then at that time, you can come in and you can tell us what happened with your son. Here we go.
People are gathering at Riley High School to mourn the loss of a former student and football player.
As we told you Wednesday night, 15-year-old Abdul Cross was killed in a 4th of July shooting in Indianapolis.
ABC 57's Andrea Alvarez is live at that vigil for us right now. And Andrea, of course, a very emotional gathering there for family and friends this evening.
That's right. When I pulled up maybe 15 minutes ago, there were maybe 10 people here, and then there are just maybe 30, 40 people already. I'll step out of the way so you guys can see that behind me. They're praying right now, holding a prayer for Abdul Cross. Now, I've been speaking with family members and friends since yesterday who are completely heartbroken over the loss. Just about an hour ago, I spoke with the police who say that the Riley High School soon-to-be sophomore was visiting family in Indianapolis when the shooting happened where he was at. The shooting happened on the 4th of July around 1:30 in the morning at an apartment complex, and this was in the 600 block of Beachway Drive in Indianapolis. This is where police say a conflict arose and Cross was shot along with another person. That other person survived. However, Cross was listed in critical condition until just yesterday morning when he died from his injuries. Now, police say that they have several persons of interest at this time, and the family says they'll continue to show support and welcome anyone who wants to show support here outside of Riley High School in South Bend. I'll be here until the next hour that they'll be out here welcoming more support from more people.
All right. And we are back in the building. Takesha, you have the floor at this time. Can you please, let's start off by telling us a little bit about your son, Abdul.
So, Abdul was 15 years old. He was a football player. That boy loved football. He started playing football when he was 8. We used to live in Indianapolis. We lived in Indy from 2006 to 2013. And when we moved away, Abdul was 12. And
when you say Indy, because I just learned this, that's Indiana.
Yeah.
Okay, Indiana. And how far is Indianapolis from Indiana?
No. Indianapolis. Indianapolis is the city. Indiana is the state.
Capital.
Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. Don't hold that against me. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Indianapolis is the capital of Indiana.
Okay.
So Indianapolis is 2 hours away from South Bend. It's not that far. It's a bigger city. South Bend is very small. You can walk each side of town in a day around South Bend. But we lived there for a few years, and then I had to move back. My mom got in an accident, so I had to move back. But I still have family and whatnot there. So that day we went down on the 3rd to visit for, July 4th was coming up. So we're, gonna do fireworks. South Bend is small. We got fireworks, but of course the bigger cities, they're bigger. It's better, we went there and I let him go with my oldest son, who was 23 at the time. He went to go get their hair cut and go get an outfit and stuff like that. So we went to the hotel in Greenwood, and then I fell asleep. I called both of them, and they didn't answer. So I'm like, they probably riding around, hanging out. You know what I mean? And then I dozed off, and then I got a phone call at 7:30 in the morning that told me that my son was shot in the leg, and he was at the hospital. And so I got up and I worked critical care for 20 years, over 20 years. So I am going to stay calm but I'm going to move. We're moving, but I'm staying calm. So I had to wake up my mom and the rest of my kids and my grandkids. We got to go to the hospital because Darius had called me and said that Abdul was shot in the leg. And it just looks like I'm leaning back.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I have camera problems all the time too. But go ahead. You fine. You are fine.
But okay, I'm just gonna leave it here. I ain't leaning back. I'm literally sitting up.
Okay.
But so we went to the hospital. I went to Eskenazi first, and I know that my son was huge. He was big, and he maxed his dead weight was 305 at 15 years old.
I was gonna say
So
that's big at 15.
he's
Right.
huge. And so, working critical care, I know how it is when a gunshot wound comes in and they don't have any ID. He was 15, so he was just at the age where he could get an ID, but we hadn't gotten it yet. And we I knew he didn't have an ID, so I was like, I know y'all have him in as a John Doe, and I began to describe his haircut and different features. But I'm also thinking like, if he's just shot in the head, he's a mama's boy, so he will call his mama like real quick. And I'm a, I am an alpha woman, and I am very aggressive. My kids are like, our mom is our dad mom, but I have a boyfriend, so they're he knew he would I knew he would call me. And so I'm thinking, well, maybe he just got hit in the artery, and that's why they didn't give me a call. That's why he hadn't called yet. And so Eskenazi said they didn't have him. So then I went to Riley because I'm like, well, he's 15, so they probably took him to the children's hospital. I went there, and the lady, the charge nurse, began to explain to her, I worked the ED, I worked ICU, PCU, CCU, so I know that he's probably in as a John Doe. Can you please just look? And she looked at every hospital in the Indianapolis area, and they couldn't find him. But then finally, no, they couldn't find him. So they pulled up a video. And mind you, I didn't know what had happened. They pulled up a video, and she asked me where was he shot at. So I asked my oldest son where were they at. And he said they were in some apartments. And so she pulled up a video, a news clip, and she turned it around, and I was like, there's no way he's just shot in the leg. Where's my son? Is my son dead? And they're like, I don't know. That nobody, they didn't know because nobody's saying where he's at. So we had to get a hold of the detectives, and finally they answered. And I'm like, where's my son? Why do I gotta wait for y'all to release my son? So
And how much time has passed at
two
this point?
2 hours. 2 hours.
Oh my gosh.
And then a security guard from Eskenazi comes to pick me up. And mind you, I have my mom, my daughters, my grandkids, and my oldest son, and a couple other friends. Everybody's, there. And so I go over by myself, and then the chaplain comes down, and I'm explaining to him what my son looks like. I'm like, is he dead? Will y'all tell me? Like, quit trying to coddle me. Just tell me if he's gone. And he's like, no, 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 he's not gone. So I go upstairs. They take me to ICU, and I'm like, yeah, he got hit in his artery. Well, when I walked in the room, he was on a ventilator. Um, he wasn't just hitting the leg. It wasn't just the leg. And so Yeah, that was the first day.
Mm.
My
That's bro.
oldest son, I'm like, what happened? What happened? And then
So let me ask you this, and I don't mean to cut you off. So your oldest son was with your youngest son when you went to sleep. So how did you end up back with your oldest son?
so my oldest son then tells me because they walked to the hospital. So I'm like, how was Abdul shot? He was with his brother, his older brother. So I'm like, what happened? And my son was like, he said Abdul went to get his phone out of the car. He said, but I had ran to the gas station. And Abdul called him and was like, where did you go? He's looking for him in the parking lot. And he was like, I'm on my way back. So he was turning out of the gas station. The gas station is literally, when you pull out of the apartments, it's literally like 2 seconds away from the apartments. So as he was pulling back out of the gas station to go back into the apartments, he heard my youngest son being shot. And when he turned into the apartments, and then there was another shooting.
Wow.
And then the police came and they took all of them. The men that shot my son, it was 3 men with 3 different guns. They thought he was someone else. And they took all of them. My son, his friends, and the other guys, they all went down to the homicide office. Well, they kept telling me aggravated battery, but the homicide office for questioning. And then they let everybody go.
Now the 57-year-old man was killed too, correct? Was it a 57-year-old man? Her phone. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Takesha?
I can't hear.
Okay, she can't hear me, y'all. Okay, Renardo, can you text her and tell her to go down and come back up? Okay, no, we
I'm
hear
gonna go
you.
out.
Yeah, go down and then
I'm
come
gonna
back
go
up.
out.
Okay. Yep. All right, y'all. She finna go down. She's gonna come back up. That's a lot, y'all.
That's a lot to take in. It's a lot to process.
We heard her say she's looking for her son, and that's something we working with locally here in South Bend. We won't even let the mothers in the ER where their son's been murdered or fighting for their life for hours. So when I'm listening to her, like, I think that just need to be changed nationwide. But
That needs like something. It baffles me that it took 2 hours to
2
find
hours.
2 hours is like days for somebody looking
Exactly.
for someone, right?
Takesha, can you hear us, girl?
Yep, I can hear you
All
now.
right. She can hear us now. We were just sitting here talking about the 2 hour wait. Like, what was that 2 hours like for you, Takesha?
I didn't know it was a 2 hour. I didn't know.
Right,
I
because you were
was
so active, you were moving to look for it. So even being a person that was in that world for a bit, is it just loopholes or is it like a vacancy that's causing the the miscommunication between incident and hospital? Like, far as your knowledge and your expertise go, what's the miscommunication there?
um they try to keep everyone safe. You
Okay,
get a gunshot wound into the emergency room, and you don't know if someone's going to come in and try to finish the job. You don't
understood.
know if somebody's going to come in and try to shoot up family members. So the protocol is to label them as a John Doe, and then the police are to find out who the parents are. But of course, as I said before, the police here do not care about our
Mhm.
children. They
Right,
do not
right.
care about us. And so It took 2 hours for the detective to call me. It took 2 hours, excuse me, for the
Oh, girl, you
detective.
fine. You fine.
And it wasn't because if there was a loophole, it was because they thought that it was a drug deal gone bad, or
Wow.
it was some gang activity, is what they thought. And so once they realized, they came to the up to the room, and they asked me if I could step outside of the room, and I'm like, no, for what? Well, we would like to speak to you. So what do you need me to step out of the room for? You can say whatever you need to say right here.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that they needed my oldest son to tell them what happened. And they said that they knew that some guys had shot the car up because the first set of gunshots, the police were on their way because of the first set that they heard. And then they heard a second set. So they knew that the guys shot up the car, and then they knew that it was another gunshot, more gunshots. So they knew it's like this is a self-defense thing, but they want they want for them to go and tell. This is where the whole snitch thing comes in at. And so I raise my kids the way I raise my kids. And I raise them not to snitch. And some people feel a kind of way about that. But when you do go in and talk to the police about anything, if they hate you, if they have any kind of bias towards you, they will take your words and they will twist it
And,
however they see fit.
and I just got a
However they see
text. You okay, Takesha?
fit.
Okay, Laura just texted me, so we'll make sure you good, because I don't want her banging on my door, right? You good, so you go ahead.
Okay.
I'm just having a
But
field day over here.
You
I
are
you
fine.
good.
It
But
is
can you just
okay.
imagine Peachy and Jason? We listening to her story, how took hours. She don't know how long because she moving. Then how do you trust the police when you have this big chaos going on anyway? Who just today I had officer call me because my son don't trust the police because of the bad action of the old police department. One bad officer can spoil it for everybody, right? And we listened to somebody who went through this.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead, Takesha.
Let me ask Takesha something right quick. So, Takesha, was your son in the car?
Yeah, he was in the car on the phone.
Okay, because I saw the car. I saw the car. The car was shot up very bad. It was shot up very bad. So he was in the car, and was the 57-year-old man that was the second person that got shot?
No, no.
No.
That would happen on a whole nother side of town. On a whole
Okay,
nother.
it did say that. It said it was on another side of town. So it just happened on the same day, the same night.
Right.
Okay. So who was the other person in the car with him that got shot?
It was nobody in the car with him. After the second set of gunshots, that's when the other person on the other side, the ones that was shooting at my son, got shot.
Okay.
And
Okay.
he was up in the same ICU as my son, which it mind boggled me because I'm sitting there like, why would you bring him into the same ICU? And this is what y'all say that you're trying not to do.
Not to do, right?
Exactly.
Why bring him into the same ICU? But of course, nobody's going to do anything because you're not going to walk out of the hospital after you've done something to a person. Did it cross my mind? Absolutely. Absolutely. My son had absolutely nothing to do with whomever they were upset at. My baby had nothing to do with it. All we were doing was coming to enjoy the fireworks for the 4th and have a barbecue. That's all we were doing. But we were in the hospital for 9 days.
Mm.
He had surgery. After surgery, they had to open him up. He was shot multiple times with 3 different guns. He had 3 different bullet holes in his body, all on the left side of his body.
And someone asked in the comments, Kat did. She asked, so where was he shot at?
He
But
was
you said
shot
it was multiple times.
He was shot on the left side of his body. He had bullet holes in on his leg, on his left leg, on his shin. He had 1 bullet hole. It was the size of a quarter. On his thigh, he had a cluster of bullet holes on his side, and then he had 4 bullet holes in his butt.
Wow.
So he was trying to get away from the gunfire.
Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot, Takesha. How do you find the strength to, I want to make sure I say this correctly. How do you find the strength to have your own platform to save others?
I love my children, my daughters, Amia and Amaya, my son Darius, my son Aaron. I love them more than dying.
Yeah.
So you go through that whole, I want to kill myself, I'm a bad mom. You go through all these different emotions and you really want to just kill yourself. Because you feel like you can't do nothing else right. Can't do nothing right. But I know that if I die, my daughters are going to be devastated. My sons are going to be devastated. And then I have a whole community of kids that will be devastated. So, but it's my biological children mean the absolute world to me. And so if I didn't figure out what I needed to do or how to do something, then I was going I had to. I just had to find something. And I needed to I love my kids more than dying, than killing myself.
Exactly. You're a strong woman.
She definitely.
Yeah, she's very strong. I agree with you though.
Keeps ringing.
100%.
I gotta go out and come back in.
Okay. So what she said, you all, her sound keeps going in and out. So she's gonna come back. Come back up. Renato, tell us a little bit. Talk to us.
Well,
you see this stuff every day.
You see one with comments says Tony Malone, that's my son, and that's her son as well. So when she said she have other kids out there, that's facts. I remember meeting her girls. I was their Lyft driver and looked like Takesha, my mom. So the guy played in my truck and turned my radio up and had fun because I know how she treat mine. So I had to make sure her kids was safe and got to that destination safe as well. But she out here in the community. If you go over on that side of town, everybody know who she is. Oh, that's my mama. That's Takesha. That's my mama, right? That love is there, and I have witnessed it, not just looking, but from my own child.
Yes, because they supporting you tonight, Takesha. Babe, they in the building tonight for you. They is in the building.
On here, South Bend is showing love tonight.
Yes. Now this is from Beth. Beth North. Takesha Jacobs, you are such an amazing human being. I am so sorry for your loss, yet so thankful for your testament about the trauma this sort of thing causes. Now, like I told y'all, this story had a little twist to it. You know, I mean, I can't put it no other way, Takesha. Because when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh. So before we get into that, we're going to get into a couple commercials. Okay. And like I told you all, this story took a little twist to it. Takesha, I'm sure Takesha, I'll keep following up Takesha. It's okay. Right. It's okay, Takesha. It is okay. Can you hear us? Can you hear us, Takesha? Nope, she can't hear us. So y'all, while Takesha come back up, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna play these couple commercials, and we'll be right back. Here we go. And you don't want to miss this twist, okay? It's a twist. Here we go. Hey y'all, we are back. Yeah, it's me. It's me for real. This ain't recorded or nothing like that. It's me for real. Okay, so it's my 1 year anniversary coming up on April 30th, 2022, baby. Yes, baby, we finna party like it's 1999, baby. Do you hear me? We finna party hard. I got people coming from New York. I got people coming from Jersey. I got people coming from Mississippi, baby. I got people coming from Saginaw, Michigan, baby. They coming from everywhere. And I even got people coming from Indiana. They gonna be in a building, baby. So let me show you this flyer right quick. There you go, 1 year anniversary. Yes. It's going down. It's going down. Yeah. Oh, celebrity host, Miss Neffy. Neffy gonna be in the building. Yes. And I'm still hoping that Jason gonna be in the building. Yes. And check out Jason on CTV Radio, baby. He's on Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays. Yes, starts at 11 p.m. Central Time. So y'all make sure y'all be in the building. Now, for those that is not going to be able to make it to my party, it's okay. I may be a little sad. I'm going to be sad. But not during the party, though. You know, I'm turn up, baby. I'm turning up. But if you can't make it, check out this young lady right here.
Hello? 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 Hey! What's going on, girl? Why you looking so sad? Don't look sad like that. What? No! Girl, no. I'm sorry. Girl, you know we gonna be lit. We gonna have a good time at the missus party. I'm sorry you ain't gonna be able to make it. Yeah, she gonna be sad. But girl, you know you can send the audio record. Yeah, of you. An audio recording or even a video. Yeah, video, girl. Yeah, you send it to DJ Madhouse 100 at gmail.com. Yeah, DJ Madhouse. Just listen. Listen. Okay? Take the time and listen. DJ Madhouse 100 at gmail.com. Yeah. Yeah, it don't matter. It don't matter. You don't have, they ain't gonna show your face. He gonna change it to an audio. Yep, just to an audio. Yeah, girl. We gonna be lit. I can't wait. Oh, that's the main event. Yeah, that's it. I jam to him all the time. He gonna be there. Yeah, he gonna be performing. You hear it? Yeah, I think he gonna perform that song too. Yeah, girl. I'll tell you about it. But make sure you send it. Send your audio recording or video. DJ Madhouse 100 at gmail.com. Oh, and make sure you send it by the 26th. Yeah, April 26th, 2022, girl. Yes. I'm telling you, April 30th, girl, it's going to be something to talk about. But don't worry, I got you. I'm going to tell you all about it. All right.
All right, y'all. Y'all heard. Y'all heard it. I know y'all heard it. So we're going to go ahead and get into this next clip, which I told y'all was the little twist to the story. And when we come back, we will hear more from Takesha on this topic. Okay? So here we go.
We start with Darius Marshall, arrested in August of 2017 on an attempted murder charge in Indianapolis. His sentence, 16 years for aggravated battery. He's currently serving 7.5 years. I spoke to him via Zoom with his mother, Takesha, who lives in South Bend, holding a phone in one hand and a picture of her son in the other.
Did you ever envision or think about the consequences before you attempted to kill somebody else?
Not at that moment. Dealing with that type of pain and not knowing how to deal with it because it's so foreign, I had kind of just lost control, and at the time I wasn't really thinking about nothing else but for lack of words, trying to soothe my own pain, and I thought that might have helped.
His pain stems from an incident involving a loved one. He says someone shot his brother, so he decided to take matters into his own hands.
What happened after you pulled the trigger?
I don't know. I was in a very emotional state then, so I really don't even, a lot of stuff I don't even remember.
He may have tried to even the score, but he says this game has no winners. Luckily, the person he shot is still alive today.
Yeah, I was so far gone, I'm thinking they passed away too.
There was no winners. I still feel it to this day. And this is why I do there's no winners in life.
I'm sorry about y'all. You know, sometimes things happen. So I apologize for that. But Takesha, girl, you going through it. Now, is your son still currently locked up?
Yes, he is.
Tell everybody that did not catch on to this. Please tell them what happened.
So, Darius, I had Darius when I was 15 years old. And Darius grew up with me. And this is, I am very intentional now. And I want my kids to say how they feel, no matter how it may sound with me. It's their story, and they should say how they feel. Mm-hmm. And so Darius grew up with me, and I used to raise Darius. This story has a lot of different Black Power moments, okay? But I didn't raise Darius. Darius grew up with me. And so I used to tell him all the time, when you grow up, you're going to be a real nigga. That was the first mistake.
Say that again.
That was the first mistake.
I hope y'all heard that. Because I hear a lot of people, Takesha, that talk like that to their sons that's young. Mm-hmm. That's young and had a child.
Mm-hmm. And you don't know no better. You only taught what you know. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And you know, as being young, you know, your mama or your grandmama may have drugged you to church from Sunday to Sunday, and you couldn't stand that. They was getting on your nerves, so you tried to pick up from other people. You know, you tried to learn from your environment, and that's exactly what I did. And my son, I raised him to be a real nigga. You don't lie, you don't cheat, you don't steal, and you protect your family by any means necessary. Any manner that you make me protect my family is how I'm going to protect my family. And so Abdul was 9 years younger. Yeah, 9 years younger than Darius. So Darius is like the father brother. I also have a son in the middle there, Aaron, and he's 24 now, and he's like 4 years younger than Abdul. And so Darius, after the funeral, I don't know. I was there. All I can say is someone got shot multiple times. I went to go, and when I came back from out of town, he told me, "Mom, I got a warrant for my arrest." And I'm like, "For what?" And he said that attempted murder. So me trying to be logical and do the right thing, and I was like, well, we're going to have to turn you in because, I mean, you can hide, but that's only going to last so long. They're going to come everywhere that they know that you be at. You know, they like everywhere they're going to hit it up. So instead of putting everybody through a bunch of police kicking in doors and all of that, we just have to turn you in. And so on the way there, we ended up getting pulled over. And I had a license to carry. And I wasn't going back to Indianapolis without no gun on me, period. I don't care what nobody said. I wasn't doing it. But I was going to turn him in. And we ended up getting pulled over. And then he went to jail. And he took his charge. He took his charge. And I was like, man, she, I'm thinking to myself, she didn't have nothing to do with anything, the person that actually got shot. And but then it was, said, Abdul didn't have nothing to do with nothing. And so I'm at that point, I'm sitting there stuck like, shit, he's right. And so this is the part of gun violence that, another facet of gun violence that people need to understand. When our kids is out here creating gun violence, it's 9 times out of 10 gonna hit our door. So you have people that are innocent that are shot, and then you have people that do things or shoot at people, and it comes back. And so my son, when they asked him, what were your thoughts when this happened, he didn't remember. He was gone. His mind was gone. You can only know if you're there in it. But to see Abdul shot up like that and know all of the wounds that he had and know that he had absolutely nothing to do with anything and he's completely innocent, and we knew he was going to the NFL. He wasn't going to be a statistic, and I was going to make sure that he loved his hood. We are straight out of the Southeast side, and he loved his hood, but he loved football. He loved football. After Abdul passed away in July, I got a letter from LSU. He was only a freshman in high school.
Wow.
So, of course, my oldest son, he know how to deal with that. How do you? How do you deal with knowing as a man that your baby brother got shot for no reason? And we all know, once again, what is the police gonna do?
Nothing.
There's too many.
Because they haven't caught the killers yet, correct?
No.
And this happened in 2017?
Yep.
How many times have you heard from the police department that's working on that case?
None.
None?
No. When he came to the hospital, and then he texted me when Abdul passed away if Darius would talk to him about what happened. Darius wasn't there when they shot Abdul. He heard it on the phone, but he wasn't there. He pulled in afterwards. So they knew. The police knew what happened. And then I was in a courtroom a couple of weeks ago, and there was a young man on the stand snitching on another young man. And you know what what the lawyer said to him in the courtroom in front of the jurors and the people in the courtroom? Listen to the snitch talk.
Wow.
it's a lot of facets to this story. It's a lot of things that you can sit and think about and wonder why. But like, this is the day in the life of an ordinary black family that lives in the hood, that is just trying to live, be happy, and take care of their family.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, they have other organizations there in Indiana as well. How have the organizations in South Bend, like Save, who was allegedly ran by a murderer and a local pastor, have they been helping in any type of way?
No. 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 What I know, and I have a young one of my kids, my other kids, is sitting right here. What I know for sure, I have about 50 young men, and a lot of them done commented on here. Hen Dog, thanks, Beth. Everybody done commented. I appreciate the comments. But they know that the police, Save, when you are trying to reach out and build a rapport with these young black men that have been twisted and turned away, they didn't have fathers in the home. Fathers was in prison, or father just wasn't around because the mama didn't want to mess with the daddy, and it's whatever situation it may be.
Mm-hmm.
Father's not in the home. It could be the mama keeping the kids away from the daddy. However it is, you've got all these young men that are out here that need a mentor, a someone they can talk to, that they can confide in. And you can't go
Yes.
Save because they go back and tell the police everything that they say to them, or they throw it back into their face, or they lock them up. You have to be able, as a black man, you need someone there for you. And you go to another black man and all he do is cut you down, or try to pull you into the lion's den with the chief of police that we all know don't, I'm gonna not go there. But you can't, you have got to build a rapport, and you have got to stop making false promises. If you can't do it, you just can't do it. I can't do everything all the time. I can't. But my babies know they can come and they sit on this couch, and however they are feeling, they can yell it, say it, get it out. And then let's think. Let's think. And think about what you love more than anything. And is it worth dying over? And when I say dying over, I mean going to prison for the rest of your life. Killing somebody, going to prison for the rest of your life, or you being killed, or you being paralyzed, or one of your family members catching a bullet. Is it worth the risk? And the majority, like 99.9% of the time, they say no. So we've got to make our we have to help our young black men heal, so they can help us women, black women, heal, so that we can have a better, productive society. But if you can't go to Save and get that, if you're from a particular side of town, you can't do it.
Now, what do you say to Keisha, to if there's anyone out there that's watching right now that has watched this show from beginning up until now, and you make the statement that you taught your kids not to snitch, that snitching is just not the thing to do. But in order for justice to be served, somebody got to say something. I'm always advocating, and I'm the one that's saying, if you see something, say something.
Mm-hmm.
If you see something, say something.
That is for us. But you can't go in there and talk to the police by yourself. You need an attorney with you.
I agree.
Counsel with you, because they will take what you say and will they use it against you? Will they twist your words? I have been into everything that I'm talking about. I haven't heard. I've lived it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've lived it. So when my son's headstone got peed on, that tired of my phone ringing. My phone keeps ringing, and I have it on Do Not Disturb.
It's okay. It's okay.
And now I can't hear. I got to go out and come back in.
Okay. It's okay. That's fine. You can go ahead and come on back in.
Now I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just geography and what I know of Indiana. And maybe I'm just naive like that and very, naive of it. I thought South Bend was more of the college town because that's where Notre Dame is, correct?
Notre Dame is probably from my house less than 5 miles, but Notre Dame is their own city in our city.
Okay. That's crazy.
Wow. Now, go ahead.
Part-time when I'm out there waiting for crimes to happen early morning hours, and every student I get in my car, I ask them about the homicide. They don't come into the city unless they're going downtown to the bar.
Right,
And
right.
I tell them what I do, they'll be like, "Oh, really? Really?" They don't even look at the news.
That's what I'm saying. It's not even
What's
part of
going
their
on
radar.
where they
Right.
live at. These kids is worth, thousands, millions of dollars, and they don't know what's going on right here.
Under
Because
their
Notre
nose.
Dame have their own police department in their court. So,
that's okay.
city inside of a city.
Yeah, I have friends that went to Notre Dame. I'm originally, I don't know if you should know, but I'm originally from Dowagiac, Michigan. Have you heard of that city? Okay. Jason, yeah, I didn't think you had. But Takesha and Venado should have heard of it before. And we actually had to go to South Bend to go shopping at the malls because the Dowagiac was so small, they didn't even have a mall there. So a lot of us went there, but I moved to Saginaw when I was 12. When I was 12 years old, that's when I moved to Saginaw.
Now the only reason
So
I was
I know a
asking
little
that,
bit about South Bend.
and the reason why I was only asking that is just in thought process of the crime rate, and I would have thought that it wouldn't have been. And once again, this is just me being naive of the understanding of it. I just thought it would have been a little safer with it being, this is a top tier school. This ain't and knowing the surroundings would be a little bit more controlled or policed, I guess you would say, but I guess not. I really guess not.
Well, they know not to go in that area with the crime, or they're gonna be used as guinea pigs.
That part, I hear you now.
Real talk. Just today I had breakfast with a leader that's tired of seeing save outreach on the news saying we tired the community need to do this, that. So we are forming a different organization that's gonna try to get a hold on the violence there in South Bend. As I told them, you can't bring in a bad apple to the table.
Facts.
This for Michiana won't be at that table. So we have a plan and it's in motion as of 11 a.m. today. So
All right. Now, Takesha, before your device went out, you was talking about. You said they urinated. You ain't used the word urinated though, but they urinated on your son's grave. And I do have a clip that I found when y'all was out there cleaning it up. Is it okay if we play that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Takesha, I asked Bernardo first before I even decided to even play it. So I want to be sure. But I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip so everybody can hear this. And I'm finna mute everybody. And you all, here we go.
everything.
I'm like, oh, you can't hear me. So this is Takesha's family. Takesha, this is you in this video too, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I want to make sure. All right, you all, here we go. And everybody, y'all can mute yourselves.
Be upset. Whomever you are, stupid and dumb and angry, and you want everybody else to be upset. Whomever you are, we have to come out here and clean this. We do have bleach because that pee smells like you have a yeast infection or a bladder infection.
For my life story.
So we did. You can believe we have to scrub it down, which we don't clean your pee off because we don't. We're not going.
We should clean.
Yeah. But what you got to know, what you must know, is that we are connected to be the change. So we're connected to be the change. But we're gonna clean off this hailstone. You didn't hurt anybody. The people that you hurt is us. Mm-hmm. The people that you hurt is me and his sisters and his brothers. You didn't hurt Abdul by doing that. So I don't understand what the point was of you pissing on my son's grave, Robbo, whatever, Escobar, whatever, however your name is pronounced, Rob, whatever it is. I don't understand why you would pee on my son's grave. He has done nothing to you. You never even knew him. So what was stupid and dumb and angry and you?
All right. Now, Takesha, as a mother, when you found out that is what happened, how did that make you feel?
Like he passed away all over again.
Yeah. All over again.
But you gotta keep it. You still gotta try to keep it cute. You still gotta try to keep yourself together because the more I fall out, then it's gonna cause a lot more damage to be done. So it literally is a decision to make. Do I go off? Yeah, I said the pee smelled like a bladder or yeast infection. It did. But am I going to go off and want everybody to go and do? No, because then that's going to cause some more of my young black men to go to prison, to be hurt, or somebody else innocent to get hurt. So instead of doing all of that, we just go clean it off.
Exactly.
And keep on going. And does my son know? My oldest son? Absolutely not.
Wow. Now, when is he when is his out date?
He's got another year left.
Another year left. Wow. I know you can't wait for him to come home. I know you cannot wait. Now, Cassandra Walker says, so disrespectful. I literally would have made a police report and I want a DNA sample because whoever did that sounds suspect to me. So now I'm looking side eyes at you.
And that's easy said, Cassandra, that I would call the police, do a police report and say, hey, take that sample. That's what happened.
Especially when they don't even care about us anyways.
Right.
And then for me, it was at the end of the day, they're 3 young men. They pissed on my son's grave, and yes, I was shitty. Excuse my language.
No, it's explicit language. In fact.
But they're still black men. And I feel like we can police our own.
Exactly.
I feel like we can police our own. I tried to talk to the mother of one of those young men because her and I not beefing. I don't know her. I don't have vendetta or anything against her. I tried to talk to her because I felt like it would calm some stuff down if her and I sat down and had a talk on live. But people got to be willing to do it. And policing our own is not hard. I police my own kids. I don't call the police. If I got to go to the hospital, you can bet your bottom dollar I'm getting driven there. I don't call the police for nothing. If I am laid out shot, they know don't call the police. Drive me wherever I got to go. Do not. I have a serious issue. I'm completely biased. I do not believe or trust in the police at all. So I believe that we can police our own. I believe that we can get these kids, as everybody that's doing issues, they're kids. I take care of everybody, kids, everybody. So I know dang on well, if I can pull up and shut some stuff down, if more parents would start doing that and not doing it like, so sometimes people will walk in and they just assume you're supposed to have respect for them. Well, I'm just gonna be honest. You got to give me something to respect.
Yeah.
I don't care how old you are, but you can't come in here and constantly disrespect me and think I'm going to have a bucket load of respect for you. You got to show me how to respect you. So if we have people in this now, Black folks, if we can sit here and go, dang, we didn't do right by raising these kids. We did. I didn't. I made some mistakes. And I had to apologize to my children with no excuses. Just a simple apology and genuine. And then later on, they asked me, well, why did you do this or why did you do that? That's the time for them to understand why I did what I did or why I made that decision. But if we can get more parents, more people to stop worrying about what everybody else is doing and pay more attention to their children.
Yes.
Get your kids off the porch. Don't let the police in to beat your son half to death. Get your children. Get your kids. If we can do that as a community, we don't need the police. We just don't. They don't like us. And that is just a fact of the matter.
Yeah, she on her Kanye again. She on her Kanye again. They don't like us. But I mean, I agree with you 100%. Let me say that. Hold on, before you say that, let me say what Cassandra said. She said, "I know it wouldn't happen. I'm just thinking out loud." Yes, she right. She know them folks ain't gonna help us. She was just wishful thinking. She was doing wishful thinking.
I know, Cassandra. I was just making sure everybody know that just wouldn't happen.
But what you was gonna say, Venado?
Jason, can you just imagine going to your loved one grave and seeing somebody have done that to your grave, right?
Well, I didn't go to the grave and see it. They sent the video.
Wow.
Of them doing it?
Of them doing it. Someone sent it to me. They uploaded a video of themselves pissing.
And they sent it to your cell phone?
And someone sent it to me like, Mama, they were like, Mama, you just need to see. I'm sorry. They was like, Mama, you need to see this. I don't know what else to do. I don't know how to do it, but I'm just gonna send it to you. And they sent it to me and I opened it up and
then you have to take his sisters out there with the brother to clean this, right?
Yep.
Picture, we just talk about her son sniping on what took place. And I ain't gonna even lie, Jason. And I think I have some people watching from South Bend Police Department. Don't go out to Highland piss on Charlotte grave. It ain't gonna be cleaning up. I'm coming for you.
Yep.
I'm gonna end some justice. So be ready, Jason, to help me out.
Right. And this is not just in South Bend as well. And I'm sure we all know this.
It's something
this is happening everywhere.
On the TV, right? This ain't nothing you gonna wake up be like, man, I'm gonna get a video of this. happening to my loved one. But what was powerful was that video. Her kids cleaning this up, and she saying, "We not gonna go back out there and do no harm." She took action, called one of the mothers. Like she said, she can't make a mother do nothing.
Right.
But that's that plan, that action. What is my plan? Do I say kids? And she got plenty of kids because had went and done something, right?
Exactly.
But it wasn't worth it, right? Like she just said, you didn't harm my son. You hurt us because we had feelings. But one day you have to answer for that.
Exactly. You are so right. Well, y'all, we are coming to the end of the show. But before we go, we got our motivation we got to get into. But I want to say this. Takesha, like I told you before we went live, I had a hard time finding a bunch of clips on this. That's what on my show, that's what I do. I show clips. And if there's not a bunch of clips out there, I'm always there saying that there's no clips out there. Okay? So what I did was I made a tribute to Abdul. That's what I did. I made a tribute to Abdul, and I'm going to play it. It's beautiful. May I add? This is the time, y'all. You guys want to start calling in. You have something that you want to say. You can call in, but I'm finna play the tribute first. So please call in after the tribute. I will leave the phone number up there. Let's see. Look, Sanya said, "Hey y'all, hello. It's got some music playing. I can't have no music playing right now. Hold on. There you go. They can't block this shit. They can't block it. Sonya, hey Sonya Herman. Again, anybody that's new to my channel for the first time, please go and subscribe to Peachy Tea Time. Time is spelled with a Y on YouTube. You can find me on all platforms: YouTube, Facebook, and IG. That is what I call all platforms. Jason, that's what I call all platforms. But we are still out here at the end of the day, we are still out here trying to find justice for Takesha's son as well. So let's all remember that. And Takesha, here is, look, I know y'all like, what is that noise and why the missus just turning like that? The missus husband just left out the door. He just left out the door. I'm like, what this nigga going? Damn. Everything ceased for a moment. But yeah, we finna get into this tribute right now. I really hope you all enjoy it. And Takesha, I hope you enjoy it just as well. I will send it to you. You send me your email address, or Venarda, you give me the email address, and I will send this to her just as well. All right, here we go. This is for Takesha and all her kids. Here we go.
I've been moving calm, don't start no trouble with me. Trying to keep it peaceful is a struggle for me. Don't pull up at 6 a.m. to cuddle me. You know how I like it when you loving me. I don't wanna die for them to miss me. Yes, I see the things that they wishing on me. Hope I got some brothers that outlive me. They gon' tell the story, it was different with me. God's plan. God's plan. I hold back, sometimes I won't. I feel good, sometimes I don't. I finesse down West End Road. I go down to G.O.D. I go hard on Southside G. I make sure.
And the girl that was with her, the girl that was with her and Molly, the fat black one. I don't know something. Jenny,
She said, do you love me? I tell her only partly. I only love my bed and more. I'm sorry. $50, even got a teddy on me. 81, that bring the crashes to the party. And you know me, turn the O2 into the O3, dog. Without 40 alley, there be no me. Imagine if I never met the broski. Bad things, it's a lot of bad things that they wish and they wish and they wish and they wish and they wish on me. Bad things, it's a lot of bad things that they wish and they wish and they wish and they wish and they wish on me.
You know, sometimes I make these videos and I put a lot into them. And once I watch it with y'all, it kind of hit home.
I bet.
Yeah.
Takesha, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you have to go through this as a Black woman, as a woman, as a mother. I'm so sorry. Is there anything you want to say right now, Takesha?
So I do want to say there's not a lot of news clips because, and it was crazy. The news was calling me. My son was pronounced, he coded, and he was pronounced at 8:15, 8:30. The news was calling me at 11 o'clock. I cussed out the news people. Like, you are blowing up my phone on the story, and my son just passed away. Like, the breath just left his body. I did not. I'm not. I'm an open book, but I'm not. So I like to do things, and I pride myself in that. People can come and talk to me about anything, and it don't go no further. And so that's why there's not a lot of news clips. I refuse to do all of that type of stuff. I just refuse to do it. And losing my son the way I lost my son, it broke me. It's a life-changing experience. My brother, Jeremy Jacobs, was shot and killed in 2002. And I thought that was hard. I was shot. I was passing through. They were shooting, and I got shot in my knee. And my godson was shot and killed. And you think that you could understand or deal, but absolutely any feeling that you could talk don't touch the surface of what it feels like to lose a child that is innocent, that it don't scratch the surface. And I know, well, what are you saying? So anybody that does shoot, it's okay. No, my brother was in the streets, and my brother sat specifically and said, I'm gonna die in these streets, period. And so the reality of it is he died in the streets. He did his dirt, and he died right where he was at. And that's how I got through that. Is just being real about it. And so I feel like we need to be real about things that is happening, and we need to get our children. When we started Bullets for Life Indiana, myself and Loria, and we started to be the change, we don't need accolades for nothing. I don't need nothing for nothing. It was these kids. Somebody got to do something. Somebody got to help. Somebody got to let these young men and women know that somebody cares about them. and that you got to think. They need to think about what they're doing before they do it. So ending it with being the change that you want to see.
Amen.
You got to.
Takesha, I would love. I do ladies' night sometimes. Jason, you saw I did a ladies' night. Bernardo, you saw I did a ladies' night. I would love to do a ladies' night with me, you, Gloria, and Jessica. I would love that on a Monday. And I'm going to reach out to you so that we can set it up, you and Gloria, so that we can go ahead and set it up. And I will be honored if you come back to Peachy Tea Time. I would be honored. Bernardo, before we get off of here, is there anything else that you want to say on this topic with Takesha and
No, I
her?
just
Hold on. There go Gloria.
okay.
Hold on. Hold on. Gloria is in the building.
You down. Go,
Yeah. Gloria said, in order to be the change you want to see, you must choose life. You couldn't have put it no better way. You have to choose life. Now, I want to make this clear. I understand that, yes, there is innocent bystanders. But at the same time, there's somebody that's still shooting those innocent bystanders.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the people that we're talking about. I'm always saying on my shows, it starts within the home. It starts with the parents. I'm not talking about the parents that's doing what they're supposed to do. I'm not talking about the parents that make sure their kids go to bed at night and make sure that their kids wake up in the morning. When they go to bed at night, they see their face. When they wake up in the morning, they see their face. They send them to school. I'm not talking about the parents. I'm talking about the parents that just don't give a damn. Those parents, and Takesha, you had a child at a young age, but you still did what you were supposed to do as a parent. We have people that have kids at 13, 14, 15 years old, and then once their kids get old enough to watch themselves at 15, 13, 14, 16 years old, they out in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And while they out in the streets, little Bobby out there playing in the streets.
But that's where the teaching needs to come in at.
Exactly.
So I'm a kid. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Of course, yep. I'm trying to, once they're of age, I'm trying to go have fun because I didn't get to. I'm trying to have my fun now. It was just stupid. You just don't know unless you're taught. You just don't know.
Exactly. You are 100% right. Y'all, we are about to go ahead and close out this show. We are going to get into our motivation for the night. Once again, the motivation comes on at the end of the night so that you all can go to bed thinking about this motivation, dream about this motivation, and wake up thinking about the motivation. And if you do all three, it's a possibility you may have a good day. Okay? You may just have a good day. So that's why I play my motivation at the end. So we're going to go ahead, get started with this motivation. When we come back, everybody is going to drop their peaches, baby. And here we go.
Life can throw you some curves. And it's not just the things that you see coming, but sometimes it's the things that you didn't see coming that hit you out of nowhere, that set you back in such a way that it seems like you can't get over. And you've reached your limit and your bandwidth is full. You already said, I can't take another thing. And then out of nowhere, here comes something you didn't see coming and you're in it.
And in your homes, somewhere in your heart, these words are echoing. Am I going to make it?
When you get into a tight spot and everything goes against you until it seems that you cannot hold on for a minute longer, never give up then, for that is just the place and time that the tide will turn. There are times when your energy feels so depleted that you want to give up, that it looks just totally impossible. And I can tell you from my own personal experience, don't give up then. That's when you've got to fall forward, when life is kicking dirt in your face. Don't give up then. That's when most people turn back.
As long as you're alive, there is hope.
You're still alive. You're still here.
It's never too late, and it's never too dark, and we can always turn things around.
There's going to be bad days, there's going to be dark days, but you got to embrace it because that pain is what makes you stronger.
Pain is the high cost of growth. If you want to grow up, you want to be mature, there is no way to do it without pain. You can't grow up on the easy street. And the very thing that discourages you is the very thing that develops you.
No one's coming to save you. No one's coming to save you. The only person that's going to make a drastic change in your life, whether that's physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, the only person that is going to dig you out of your hole is who? You. You have to do it for you.
You've got to become courageous to stand up within yourself, to face it and step forward.
We all get a taste of that victim mentality, the why me. You can become the victim of the situation or the victor of the situation. You need to be the master of your emotions, not let them affect you. You are the dictator. You are the captain of your boat, whether you let things affect you in a negative way or a positive way. I don't lose. I only win or learn. In life, there's only winning or learning. All your problems become gifts once you learn from them.
And some of you have allowed adversity to make you stop. And I'm telling you right now, don't give up. I'm telling you right now, don't give in. Get through it. Execute, execute, execute. In the midst of adversity, execute. You're going to work through this. You're going to get up. You're going to get dressed. You're going to get out. And you're going to do what you've been called to do. You're going to be what you called to be. And you're going to prove to everybody that tried to break you, everybody that tried to kill your dream, you're going to prove all of them wrong. And if you can work through your pain, I'm guaranteeing you, on the other side is a reward. Pain is not permanent. Pain is temporary.
All right, y'all, I'm back. Well, we are at the end of our show, and I'm going to let Jason come up and drop his peaches, and then I'm going to drop my peaches last. Yes. Here go Jason. Do your thing, Jason.
Again. You guys know, man, I appreciate this show so much, but this moment ain't about me, man. It's not about me. It's about finding justice for this family. It's about tapping in and doing what we can best, just doing what we can to help this family out. Remember, look them up. Shout out to Loria Perez, man, and shout out to Keisha for coming up tonight. It's Connect to Be the Change. You can find that on Facebook. You can find it on Instagram, I think they said. But also, if you want to really just lock in with them, just do the website, connecttobethechange.com. Tap in with them to help them continue the things that they're doing in Indiana. The best part about it is that they're changing it on the ground, right? Boots to the ground. And they're changing it by talking to the children, the ones that are not predecessors, but the ones that are the future, the ones that have the absolute power, because not only are they the ones in the crossfire, they're the ones causing the fire as well. So extinguish that fire and ignite a new one inside of them, saying that they are worthy, they're valiant, they're valuable, they're strong, courageous, and they're a game changer. They are the future. They are what we want our world to be. So help them out in doing that. You already know what it is, man. Slow motion better than no motion. All motion, good motion. Last but not least, I need everybody to continue to be your absolute best, because being empowered starts today. We live life, we love unconditionally, and we seek growth. When we do all three of those, we're in our alpha state. So stay primal and get after it. Last but not least, right? Last but not least, protect your peace and drink water. Protect your peace and drink water. I'll catch y'all later.
I think Jason, he always know what I'm gonna say. We gotta talk. Maybe he's my twin. I don't know. But Takesha, thank you for trusting and sharing your story. thank you for being a person in South Bend, Indiana, and throughout Indiana, making sure that the children of tomorrow have a voice. And thank you for just being who you are. I've been through some storms with you. Thank you for holding me accountable as a community leader here in South Bend. And I just want to thank all of South Bend who tuned in tonight, left the comments. It just showed that the community love you, Takesha, and man, you coming back on. She wants you back on. We see how Lori just took over my last say. I didn't get to say my last say. She just took over. But it's all about love. I love you guys. And again, thank you for what you do for not just my own son, because it's personal. Because you make sure my own son is good on the Southeast side. And it means a lot to me. I might not say I love you every day, but you know I love you. Anything justice for Miss Shanna can do, we here for you anytime. You know my phone 24 hours for you guys. Again, you can find Justice for Miss Shanna on Facebook. Just type in Justice for Miss Shanna. And thank you again. Peace.
I just want to say to all the parents that have lost their children to this growing epidemic or whatever you want to call it, turn your pain into a purpose. The love that you have left in you is the reasoning why you can turn your pain into a purpose. You can also find Connect the number 2, BeTheChange.org. That's our website. And Connect to Be the Change on Facebook or Instagram. And if you like a bracelet or a wreath or a keychain, just hit us up and let us know your story and we'll get them to you.
All right, y'all. They did they thing, baby. They dropped their peaches. They dropped their peaches, baby. Now, first and foremost, before we end the show, I would like to say personally, thank you to Takesha. I know this takes a lot out of you, a lot of energy, just a lot. As a mother who has lost her child, not only did she lose her child through gun violence, to where he's not coming back no more, she also lost another child to the prison system, but he is going to be able to come back. And he has a year to go. And when he come back, I'm going to talk to Takesha after the show. Takesha, don't you leave yet, Takesha. Because we going to see if we can get our old son on the show when he get out. Okay? Because Peachy Tea Time going to still be going. But at the same time, I just want to say this. Takesha, I know this was a lot. And to each person that comes on my platform to tell their loved one's story, I know it's a lot. I know it's hard. I have not been in that situation to where I've lost a child through gun violence, through the prison system, through the police, through domestic violence, or just through plain murder. But I still lost a child. And my friend always told me, if you lost a child, you lost a child. So with that being said, my heart goes out a little differently to these people that come on my show, on my platform, to tell their story. My heart goes out to each and every one of them. Takesha, I love you. Even though I just met you today, girl, I love you. We gotta love our black folks. We gotta love all of us, even the ones that's doing wrong. We gotta love them try to support them, try to help them, try to get them the help. If we can't do it, get them the help. Takesha just sat here right now, baby. Takesha just sat here right now. Lost a child, 15 years old. Her oldest son in prison right now, currently. And she's still able to come on here. She's still able to come on here to help others, to help other mamas that ain't doing their job, and the ones that is doing their job and their kids just want to do their own damn thing, but the ones that ain't doing their job, she still is on here to try to help them. Do you understand that? You can find me on all platforms under Peachy Tea Time, all that good stuff. But I want y'all to understand what Takesha and Loria is doing in these streets, baby. There's so many women out here. It's like, you done took my child? I ain't finna help nobody. I'm done. I don't want to do nothing but just sit here, cry. I don't want to cry, but I'm crying. I'm sad. I'm hurt. I can't go to the jail or to the sheriff or whoever. They can't go there every day to try to help solve they kids' murder. All they can do is just sit and cry. That's it. But Takesha and Loria, they said, nah, it ain't finna go down like this. I'm finna do something to save our streets. Now, usually I end the show just like this. You know what I'm saying? But I got to pull Takesha up one more time. Just one more time. Because I got one more question to ask her. One more question to ask her before we end the show. So I'm finna bring her up. Takesha, hey, boo. Can you hear me, girl?
Yes, ma'am.
Takesha, I got one more question to ask you. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now pull the camera up a little bit so we can see your face. Yeah, right there, right there. You good, boo. Right there. Takesha, when I tell you this question is so important to me, for those mothers out there, and I ask people this a lot, for those mothers out there, and I'm literally got chills right now because of this question. For each and every mother out there that has lost their child due to gun violence. For the ones out there, Takesha, that just can't do it. That is soaking in their tears. You know there's people out there that's like that, Takesha. They're not strong enough to go and fight this head on. They just crying, pouring in tears. They can't go. The police ain't calling them. But they can't go down there and study fight each and every day. Because they're crying. They're hurting. What do you say to those mothers knowing that that is what it takes in order for justice to be solved, at least? Sitting there crying, and I know it hurts, and I'm not trying to be mean, Takesha. You know, I know you done been on here long enough with me to know. I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm so strong and firm in communication. You have to be able to get it out. You have to be heard. I understand if you're going to cry, you're going to be sad, you're going to be hurt, but sometimes you just have to hold it in and let it out. But for those that just can't do it, what do you say to those? And then we're going to end this show. Hey, Ophelia, I see you, girl. What do you say to those people?
Therapy. Get a therapist. Find you somebody that don't mind listening to you. It's got to be somebody that don't mind listening to you. It don't matter if it's 1 year, if it's 2 days, if it's 5 years. Somebody that will listen. Therapy. It helps. It works. It will get you out of that slump.
Yeah. And I'm a firm believer that God placed those peoples here on earth for tools for us.
Mm-hmm. And it says in the Bible, faith without works is dead. So we can have all the faith that we want, but that is part of the work. Find a therapist and let God lead that therapist into whatever it is that you need in the moment.
All right, now y'all done heard Takesha. Takesha said find a therapist, okay? Because she said it. Yes, because she said it. Now, Takesha, once again, I thank you so much for joining me tonight. I cannot wait to have you back for Ladies' Night with you and Loria and my friend Jessica. Thank you so much. My heart goes out to you. Anytime you need anything, feel free to reach. And I'm not just saying that shit. I'm not just saying it, just be saying it because you on here right now. Anytime you need anything, please reach out to me. If you need my platform for anything at all, reach out to me just as well. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I really do. You, Loria, and every person that has been on my show. And even if you have not been on my show and you just need my platform, please reach out to me. Okay? So we finna get out of here. Now, you may not have seen this, Takesha, but this is how I end my show. Okay? This is how I end my show. This is my baby right here, y'all. And then y'all gonna hear both my babies. And Takesha, please don't hang up. I just want to talk to you for a little bit. Okay? Before we get all the way off. After I end the broadcast. So here we go, y'all. Here go my little baby. Here go Miss Kirsten doing her thing. Here she go.
Peachy time. Peachy time. Peachy time. Peachy time. Peachy time.